know Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Right, hello guys, RichKingGo.2, and today we're going to do a review of Class, and we've got 8 episodes to review and rank, so I might as well get onto it. Before I do, remember to subscribe, get the little bell, and I'll see you guys for another video. But without further ado, let's get onto this video. Reviewing Class, episode 1 to 8, and yeah, let's do it. So, basically, I'm looking at the wrong side of my notes, so let's get onto it. Tonight We Might Die, the very first episode, and I think it's a really good, strong one. It's the prom. Everyone's ready for prom, everyone's getting dressed up, everyone's looking cool, and we've got some music going on, and of course we've got an alien teacher, as you do, and we've also got Charlie, who is a prince, an alien prince. So Miss Quill and Charlie are aliens. Their planet got destroyed. Well, the people on the planet got destroyed and killed by the Shadow King. Now, they didn't notice all that, and I like this. I like that it's not just, oh, aliens killed them all and that was that. I liked that it's very much like us. Their own planet was fighting against each other. The Quill were fighting Charlie. Charlie's people, and the Quill was fighting so on. They were battling it out, and Quill's people got captured, got turned into slaves. Charlie doesn't like to be calling it slaves, but it is kind of slave, you know. He's got he puts a little thing in Miss Quill's head, who we will later talk about in a later episode, and she has to do whatever he says. Now, why they're all fighting, they're not realising there's all these shadows appearing, and the Shadow King is strike and kill. And yeah, Miss Quill wants revenge for that. Her people have died, nevertheless, and she just got Charlie out, and the TARDIS appears, and the Doctor saves them, and revives them, and gives them names and identities so that they can live on Earth safely and calmly, although the Shadow King arrive and want revenge because there's only 2 left for them to kill out of this species, so they're going to try and do it. And I like that, and I also like the Shadow King. I think they're cool designs with the way they look. Some look different than others. You know, you've got the background Shadow King that look completely and then you've got the real actual Shadow King who looks pretty decent. And then later on you get in other episodes, the Shadow King design look different as well. But yeah, we're not talking about Shadow King, we're talking about the actual episode, and I think it's well done. We see the characters, we see Ram's family, and then he's got a girlfriend, and she gets killed off, and he's like, no! And he's fighting, and his leg gets chopped off, and you're like, that is a dark scene, that is a bit of a shock scene to show, look, we're adults, look at that dark scene, you know? Yeah, and then we go on to the fact that the Doctor just gives him a new leg, and we get to see that in a later episode as well. Series episode 1 sets up stuff, which is what it should do. And I think it does pretty well. Quill is fighting, Charlie's fighting, and April's heart is attached to the Shadow King's heart, and that's an interesting one to go down. And then we have the Doctor arriving, and the Doctor's saying, die well, who wants to die well? And he just fixes the day with a sonic screwdriver. You just need to boost the voltage, and he bursts it up and saves the day. And the crack, and everyone gets sent back. And there we go. Episode 1, he says, you guys need to save it. I can't be everywhere. I need your help. This crack's going to appear again. And Mr. Quill doesn't like that, and she wants to get on it and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's a solid story, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I think it is a brilliant story to set up the series. Sadly, it does go downhill at some point. Next up, we have the coach with the dragon tattoo. How the Class likes long names. That's what I'm going to give it. Class likes bloody long titles. I mean, I asked for a title, not a paragraph. But anyway, this story is it's a simply good one. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 from the bat. I really enjoy the darkness, and also the RIP to the principal head teacher guy who was actually in Doctor Who for when he was working with Clara, and the Clara nod, I liked that as well. And Unit got a reference throughout the series. It may not have been this episode, but I just want to mention Unit got a few references, and I like that. What else? Yes. So with the coach is just walking, he gets attacked, and then this dragon tattoo appears, and the dragon tattoo needs to feed. And lucky enough, her man, the dragon man, jumps out and needs to kill victims, and so he can put his arm in to feed. You know, so we're getting onto that, and that's a working dynamic until later on the gang work it out and try and solve things. And I also like Ram told his dad about what's happened and why his leg and why he's not playing the football the way he is. This is his hobby, this is his dream, and it's been taken away and he needs to work at it again. And you can definitely see the relationship with the dad, which I like. And I like the villain of the coach and the dragon. It's such an interesting thing that I've never seen before done. Obviously, Ram managed to persuade the dragon to basically kill the coach guy that's controlling the dragon to kill people and stuff like that. And yeah, it backfires. The villain gets defeated by its own devices. I like that. 9 out of 10. We've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit now. Episode 3, Night Visiting. Basically, it's a Tia, I don't know. I'm going to say Taya. It's not a name. You know who I mean. Tegan, Taiga. I don't know. But anyway, we see her family grow up, and we see her dad. And then her dad basically is died 2 years exactly, and then she gets a visit from him, night visiting. I also like that April's playing music, night visiting, on the title. A little hint to the title. Yeah, so we get Ram visited by his girlfriend, and he has to deal with that again and run. We start to see a development between April and Ram in the bus stop, and Ram is not ramming April in the bus stop. I'm not funny, am I? Yeah, so, what else? What else? It's an alright one. This is a story that is averagely good. Like, it just beats average in my mind. Like, I do love that they're using people who've sadly passed away as hold my hand, and then you grab it, and you get sucked off, and it just feeds off you. And I love that. And Tina Taya, I don't know. She basically is refusing all the way to her dad until her dad tries to be strong. But Tina Taya, whatever her name is, grabs the Shadow King, grabs the dad, and she poisons him with anger and defeats him. And Miss Quill, badass with a bus, crash. Loved it. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for an average. No, it's a 7 out of 10. I rate 7. 7 out of 10. Average story. Liked it. Not bad. Next up at 4th is co-owner of A Lonely Hearts. Yet again, paragraph title. Don't need it. Yes, April's dad returns. And I know April's dad from the BBC drama Uncle, which is a really good series. Ram and April are finally getting together, and they're getting frisky. Stop it. Right. Next up we have April at the end with Ram going into the crack. This is sounding really bad. April and Ram are going into the crack. Jesus. Right, so that's the cliffhanger for this story, and I like it. It gives into a second parter. April versus the Shadow King, we get a little bit of that. We also get, just checking my notes, Shadow King trying to, oh yes, get April's heart back. This is them trying to see if they can actually remove the heart, and they can't without dying. Because they both share the same heart. I like that. It's like your villain and your good guy are both together, and you're stuck with that at the moment. The petals, they're coming, they're cutting people. What's going to happen? And April is learning with her new powers, giving her mom the ability to rise up. And you rise up, rise like the wind. Sorry, that is Rosa from Series 11. Yes, she rises up from her chair, and she gets crashed, and she can move her legs, and that shows she can walk in a way. Well, try to walk. And her dad comes out of prison from tried to kill himself, but killing his family in a car, which was quite dark, and I liked that. It's quite dark, but drama that could actually happen to a real family. What else? Oh yes, Mr. Smith gets a mention. John Smith, that lovely little reference. April mom. What did I put? April's mom. Oh, April mom can walk. Okay. Oh yes, the governors. The governors keep getting references throughout each episode. Love the plot arc. 7 out of 10. It's an alright story. Let's get on to the second part though. After April and Ram get sucked through the crack. Sorry. So yes, episode 5. Right. Bravish Hearts. Little bit less of a little title sequence there. Ram basically versus Dad and fighting, blah blah blah. April versus the Shadow King, and she proves herself worthy, and we get to see Ram and April's relationship work, loving that. And yeah, and then we go on to the Shadow King basically being taken over by April, and April's basically, you know, she's won, she's the king for a while. And we learn a bit more about the box and these flower things going at you and going, and you go, you got all cuts in your, yeah. We also get to see Ram's dad get into the mix of it, and Ram's and April's dad come into the mix of the alien world of the Shadow King, and we get to explore the Shadow King's world, and I like that. And it's such a fun, interesting story. I think it's a better part. It's a 7 out of 10 either way, but it's an alright, it's an alrighty, you know. April has to use her powers one last time before she loses them to save the day with the petals, but the governess are trying to see and test the gang, the class gang, on what they know and what they can do. Yes, well, I'm going to split this video into a 2-parter, so join me next week where we talk about episode 6 to episode 8, because I don't want the video to get too long, and people normally just get bored by long videos, so there's no point in this long being so long, you know. So I'm going to split the video here and end it here. Join me next week for part 2 of class review, and I will see you guys for another video. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss part 2, and we're also going to be ranking the class team out of 10, and there's a lot more class to come, but there's also a lot of Doctor Who before the end of the year, and I will be reviewing that Doctor Who special. So click the bell, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another video every Saturday at 12 o'clock. Have a nice day.